For over a century, one dinosaur has occupied a throne in our collective imagination: Tyrannosaurus rex. The name itself means tyrant lizard king, and pop culture has cemented that title. We see it as the final boss of prehistory, a 40-foot, 8-ton behemoth with teeth like railroad spikes and a bite that could crush bone. But here's the uncomfortable truth modern paleontology is forcing us to confront. We might have overhyped our T-Rex. Not because T-Rex wasn't incredible, it absolutely was, but because we've judged every predator by a standard that doesn't account for evolutionary specialization. We're asking, who would win in a fight, when the real question should be, who was the most effective, terrifying, and dominant predator in their ecosystem? Because in different times, in different places, with different rules, there were monsters that would make even T-Rex hesitate. But as we'll see, other predators evolved different combinations of these traits that made them uniquely deadly in ways T-Rex could never be.
Our first stop, Utah, 125 million years ago. Here, the true terror wasn't a single giant, but a coordinated team. Meet Utahraptor. First, let's bury the Jurassic Park misconception. Utahraptor wasn't a scaled-up movie monster. It was something more plausible and perhaps more terrifying. At 25 feet long and weighing over half a ton, it was the size of a polar bear, but built like a wolf on steroids. But its individual size isn't what earns it a spot here. It's the emerging evidence of coordinated pack hunting. The Stokes Quarry fossil block is a frozen moment of Cretaceous drama, several Utahraptors alongside a much larger iguanodont. This suggests they hunted together. Imagine the intelligence this implies: communication, role assignment, patience. While a T-Rex would deliver a single devastating blow, a Utahraptor pack would execute a death by 1,000 cuts, a prolonged, strategic, and terrifying ordeal for their prey. To find a predator that truly operated on a scale T-Rex could not comprehend, we must leave the land entirely. Enter the oceans, ruled by Mosasaurus. This wasn't a dinosaur, but a marine lizard, and it was an absolute leviathan. Growing to 50 feet or more, its skull alone was longer than a human is tall. Its jaws were double-hinged, allowing it to swallow prey as large as a great white shark whole. In the open Cretaceous seas, Mosasaurus was the undisputed apex. It hunted everything: large fish, sharks, plesiosaurs, and even other Mosasaurus. T-Rex's legendary power was meaningless here. In the water, it would be helpless. Mosasaurus ruled 70% of the planet's surface, a sovereign of a vast three-dimensional kingdom the Land King could never even visit, let alone conquer.
But before Mosasaurus, the Jurassic oceans had their own nightmare. Liopleurodon, a pliosaur, was the embodiment of concentrated bite force. While pop culture exaggerated its size, a real 25-foot Liopleurodon was still a monster. Its 4 powerful flippers made it an agile, explosive ambush predator. But its true weapon was its head. Short, robust, and armed with conical teeth set in jaws that could generate one of the most powerful bites, pound for pound, of any animal. It was the great white shark of its age, an ambush killer from the depths that could snap a small whale in half. Liopleurodon reminds us that the marine arms race produced perfect predators long before T-Rex, and that deadly efficiency often comes in a compact, powerful package designed for one devastating moment. But 155 to 145 million years ago, before T-Rex, there was another king, Allosaurus, the dominant predator of the Jurassic for millions of years. It wasn't the biggest, but it was arguably the most successful. Its deadliness came from a unique and brutal technique, the hatchet bite. Allosaurus could open its jaws to a snake-like width. Instead of crushing bone, It would swing its head down like an axe, using its serrated teeth to slash huge, gaping wounds into the sides of giant sauropods or armored stegosaurs. It was a slash-and-bleed predator, inflicting trauma and shock, then waiting for its prey to weaken. Fossil evidence shows Allosaurus lived a violent life. Their bones are often found with healed injuries from dangerous hunts. This was a brawler, a survivor. Its deadliness was one of perseverance, efficiency, and a willingness to take on prey that could fight back catastrophically. It was the relentless workhorse of the predator world. But in a world of powerhouses, Carnotaurus chose a different path: pure, unadulterated speed. Its name means meat-eating bull for the distinctive horns above its eyes, but its body tells the true story. Look at its skeleton: incredibly slender, elongated leg bones and massive muscle attachments in the tail for propulsion. This was built not for a crushing bite, but for explosive acceleration. While T-Rex was a tank, Carnotaurus was a sports car, potentially capable of bursts over 30 miles per hour. Its arms were tiny, almost vestigial. It didn't need them. Its weapon was its speed, and its head with weak but fast-snapping jaws. It was the cheetah of the dinosaur world. Its deadliness wasn't about winning a fight. It was about being the predator that nothing, absolutely nothing, could outrun. A different kind of terror for a different kind of prey. If we look closely, we also find another tyrant of its time. Imagine a T-Rex, but covered in a shaggy coat of long hair-like feathers. This was Yutyrannus, the feathered tyrant, a primitive cousin from the chilly forests of early Cretaceous China. At 30 feet long, it was a formidable predator in its own right, but its adaptations tell a different story. The feathers were for insulation, proving some large predators thrived in cold climates T-Rex never faced. But more intriguing is the social clue. 3 individuals, 1 adult, 2 juveniles, were found fossilized together. This suggests Yutyrannus may have hunted in family groups, a stark contrast to the solitary image of its famous descendant. Yutyrannus shows us that the Tyrannosaur blueprint was flexible. It could produce a social, insulated hunter that ruled ecosystems where a naked, solitary T-Rex would have struggled. It was a different kind of tyrant, one that may have ruled through family cohesion as much as individual power.